the properties of natural logs. Well, you should be able to figure these out on your own. Natural log of 1. Well, we're saying log base e of 1. And we're asking e to the what power gives us 1? Of course, that's 0. So our principle here is natural log 1 equals 0. Why? Because what power, what exponent on 2.71828 or e gives us 1? Of course, that's 0. So there's our property. Natural log e. Well, this is log base e of e. And we're asking e to what power gives us e? Of course, the answer is e to the 1 because e to the 1 gives us e. So our principle here, or our property, is natural log e, of course, gives that 1. Do you have to memorize that? No, just think it through. Natural log e to the x. Well, this is log base e to the x. Now, we're asking e to what power gives us e to the x? Of course, it's x. Now, what I also want you to know is anytime you see log base e and another base e, you can think of them as undoing each other, and what survives is the exponent. Here we have e log base e of x. And so again, I'm asking you with this inverse property, both of these, we're calling these the inverse properties. Say to yourself, well, whenever I have the base e and then log base e, when they're jammed next to each other, the survivor is just whatever's left over. In this case, it's the argument x, and these go off to number heaven. Our last property is the one-to-one property. If natural log x equals natural log y, what we're saying, log base e x equals log base e y. What can you conclude? Well, therefore, x must equal y. That is your takeaway, and we call this the one-to-one property. If we're going to use these properties of natural logs, the problems become so easy. For example, natural log 1 over e. Well, we can say that this is natural log of e to the negative 1. That's our argument, which of course is log base e to the negative 1. Now, with our inverse property, we could recognize that this goes away and the survivor, if you will, is negative 1. Or you could be asking yourself, e to what power gives us e to the negative 1? Which of course is negative 1. Now, do you have to take this intermediate step? No. Right from here, I would hope that you would say, oh, the answer here is that, negative 1. Similarly here, I know the answer right away is 5 because these two, they undo each other. Why? Because this is e log base e of 5. Natural log means log base e. And these two, they undo each other, and so the survivor is just 5. Again, these two are inverse properties. For natural log 1, well, of course, this is 4 times 0. How do I know? Because this is log base e of 1. And for this part here, I'm asking e to what power is 1? Of course, the answer is the exponent, which is 0, and 4 times 0 is 0. Last but not least, 2 times natural log e. Well, I know the answer is 2. Why? Because this is 2 times log base e of e. The answer to a log problem is the exponent. E to what power gives us e? Well, of course, that's 2 times 1. So that will just give us, simplified, 2.